Hey everyone, welcome to the Stitch Sessions. We're into November and fall is now fully underway. In this week's tutorial, we're going to work on making this sweet little poppy. So it's really easy to make. I thought it would be something neat to introduce the triple crochet stitch. And with Remembrance Day right around the corner, it's a great way to honor our veterans and keep them at the forefront. So again, it's super easy to make. It's a great way to learn the triple crochet, and it's a quick and easy project, and it doesn't need very much yarn, so this is a perfect scrap project. So let's grab our materials and let's get started. Okay, in order to make our little poppy here, you just need a bit of scrap yarn actually. It's a great scrap buster. Not much is needed. I'm just going to use a little bit of scraps here. I'm going to use blue for the center for this tutorial just because black is very difficult to see on video. So I'm going to use blue for the center here. And I have a whole bunch of red here, so I'm just going to use that. And so let's get started. So I am using a 5mm hook for this project. And these are medium size 4 weight yarns. Okay, so we're going to start with the center of our poppy. Okay, and in order to begin, we will start with a cinch circle. So wrap it around your fingers here. You're going to insert your hook, pull through, and it's kind of like a big slip knot here. And then you'll just secure it with a chain 1. We will also leave a link in the description box below about how to start your cinch circle if you want something a little bit more intense in that regard. But here we go, cinch circle. Into your cinch circle, we are going to single crochet 6 times. And in order to single crochet, we start off by chaining 1 to give us the height we need. You'll insert your hook, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. So there is your single crochet. And remember, the chain 1 we did counts as 1. So technically we've got 2 on the hook right now. Okay, and now we're going to continue on to insert. This would be 3. Just going to cinch that in a bit. And now this will be 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so and always make sure to count your stitches to make sure I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's our chain 1 there. So once we have our 6, we're going to cinch it shut. You're going to pull your little short tail here. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to slip stitch to the top of the chain 1 in order to close off our round. So our chain 1 is right here. So you just insert your hook, pull through, and continue to pull through your working loop. So now you've got a cute little circle of 6 single crochets. Now to continue, we're going to do one more round here, and we are going to chain 1. And then we are going to do 2 single crochets into each and every stitch around, which is going to give us 12 single crochets in total. Once you've chained 1, you're then going to find the very next stitch, insert your hook, pull through, and do a single crochet. And into the very same stitch, you will do that again. You will do another single crochet. Okay, so that's going to give you 2 single crochets into the same stitch. We'll then go into the next stitch and do the same thing. 1 single crochet and then 2 single crochets into the same stitch. Okay, so this is going to increase the size of our circle a little bit. So again, we find the next stitch, we'll single crochet 1, 2, into the next stitch, 1, oops, make sure it's in the same one, 2, and into the next stitch here is 1 and 2, and we have one more stitch to work into, which is this one right here, and might be a little bit tight here. We have 1 and 2. Okay, and if you're unsure, just make sure again that you count your stitches back. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, so what you're going to do now is you're going to, whoops, just slip stitch to your first stitch, and you're going to fasten off. This is now the center of our poppy. Okay, grab your scissors. You're going to fasten off. Okay, so we will pull through here, fasten off, and then of course make sure to weave in your little tails here as well. And now we're ready to start working on the petals. Okay, in order to make our petals, we're going to actually use a triple crochet, and we're going to stitch a few of them into each of the stitches around, and I'm going to show you what creates this neat effect. And if you haven't done a triple crochet before, don't worry, we're going to show you here, and we will also have a tutorial, a crochet basics tutorial coming up very soon to break it down even further. But if you know how to do the double, you'll be able to do the triple, no problem. So what we want to do is begin with a slip knot to begin, okay? And you will just find, you can start in any stitch you like. So we're just going to start in this one here. So we have 12 stitches. So into the first stitch, you want to insert and slip through to secure your yarn. And now what you're going to do is you're going to chain 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is going to give us the height of a triple crochet. Okay? And now what we're going to do is we are going to do 2 more triple crochets into this same stitch here. So in order to triple crochet, we are going to yarn over 2 times. So we have once and twice. Okay? Then you will insert your hook into the same stitch we just slip stitch into. You'll pull through, so now you're going to have 4 loops on your hook. Okay, you will yarn over and pull through the first 2 only. Now you have 3 loops on the hook. You will yarn over again, pull through the next 2. Okay, so you can see it's creating a longer stitch. Then you will yarn over and pull through the last 2. So we've pulled through 2 loops 3 times. And that's why in North America we call it the triple crochet. Okay, we're going to do 1 more into this same stitch. Sorry about the camera, guys. I think these bright colors against my yellow tablecloth here is causing the camera to go funky. Okay, we're going to yarn over twice. 1, 2, back into the same stitch, and I'm just going to work over my little tail here. I'm going to pull through. Okay, so in this case you're going to have 4 loops on the hook. Yarn over, pull through those first 2 only. Now you have 3. Yarn over again, pull through the next 2, so you have 2 loops on your hook, and you'll yarn over and pull through the last 2. So there you have 3 triple crochets. Now these are all done into this first stitch. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go into the next stitch, which is right there. You can see I'm pulling it apart. We're going to do 3 triple crochets into that one. So again, we'll yarn over twice. Into the next stitch, we'll pull through. So it's absolutely correct. If you go, wow, I have all these loops on the hook. Yep, you got to have 4. Yarn over, pull through the first 2. Yarn over, pull through the next 2, and yarn over, pull through the final 2. Okay, so it creates a nice, beautiful long stitch. We need to do 2 more of these into this same stitch. So we're doing 3 triples into each stitch so far. So we have 1, 2 yarn overs, back into that same stitch. We'll pull through, yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the next 2, and yarn over, pull through the other 2. Okay, so we've got 1 more to go. Yarn over twice, back into that same stitch, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. So what's going to happen is we're going to do this again into the 3rd stitch. So I'm just going to pull this apart here so you can see that these first 3 triples, remember this chain 4 counts as 1, we're into the first stitch. This next cluster of 3, I guess you can consider this like a shell in a way. These are into the next stitch. Now I'm going to do 1 more set into the 3rd stitch. So there's going to be groupings like this for 3 stitches in a row, and then there's a special way you end it in order to create these gaps here, these grooves, okay? So every 3 stitches is going to have 3 of these sets. So I'm going to show you what's going to happen in the 3rd set. So into the 3rd stitch, we're going to triple crochet again, yarn over twice, okay, and just pull apart your work there. There's the next stitch there. I'm going to insert my hook, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over the next 2, yarn over, pull through the final 2. Okay, we're going to do it 1 more time. Yarn over twice, insert, pull through. I'm just trying to work over my short tail there. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through the next 2, and yarn over, pull through the last 2. So here we go. We've got this beautiful petal stitch happening here. Now we want to kind of end off this section to create this little gap or this groove so we can go on to the next petal. So generally speaking, your poppies have 4 main petals here. So what we do now is we're going to chain 4. Okay, so we'll chain 1, 2, 3, and 4. And back into this same stitch here, what we're going to do is we are going to slip stitch. So remember, you insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, but then continue to pull through the other loop. So what happens is this now brings our stitches down. So remember we did a chain 4 here. This is kind of the same way we end off our petals. So you're going to notice that each petal will start with a chain 4. You'll have all these triple crochets, and then we end with the chain 4. Okay, so that took up 3 main stitches in our center. But in total, you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stitches created. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to find the next stitch, which is this one right here, and we're going to slip stitch into that one. So we'll pull through and pull through again, and now we will chain 4 to begin a new section, a new petal. 1, 2, 3, 4. So see what that did? It created this cool little gap here. Now we are going to do 2 more triple crochets into the same stitch. Yarn over twice, insert into the same stitch, pull through, and as you can see, we're working over our little tail there. Yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the next 2, and yarn over, pull through the last 2. So you can see how it's starting to take shape there. So pretty. And this design can be used for many different kinds of flower and petal designs, and we'll do more tutorials on those as well. But for now, we're focusing on the poppy in honor of Remembrance Day. And make sure to still make your donations to your local veterans organizations, really important. So let's do one more here. Yarn over twice. 1, 2, insert into the same stitch, pull through once, twice, 3 times. So see, there's our first cluster or shell of 3. Now we'll go into the very next stitch right here, and again we're going to do 3 triple crochets. So this is your formula, I guess we'll call it. You do 3 triple crochets into 3 stitches in a row, and then you end off, whoops, see that? I wasn't paying attention. I did a double crochet. So you will end off with 4 chains and a slip stitch. Okay, so back into here, yarn over twice. So there's 1, 2, 3. I need to do one more. 1, 2, 3. There we go. If you need to check, just pull it apart here. Okay, and I'm going to do the end here, the end of this petal. So we find the next stitch, which is that space right there. Yarn over twice, and we're going to do 2 triple crochets this time, because remember we have to do a chain 4 and slip stitch back in, and a chain 4 will always count as a triple crochet. Okay, and here we are. So we've done the 2. Now we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go back into that stitch and slip stitch to the bottom there. Okay. Then we will go and find the very next stitch, it's hiding right there, and we will slip stitch into that one to chain 4 again, 2, 3, 4, to begin our next petal. So I'm going to go ahead and let you do the next 2 so you can see as they sit, they naturally will start to curl up. So remember, the formula is you're going to chain 4 and then triple crochet 2 more times into the first stitch. Into the second stitch you will do 3 triple crochets, and into the third stitch you will do 2 triple crochets, a chain 4 and slip stitch. Then you'll slip stitch into the next stitch, which will be your stitch 1 of the next section, and repeat. So again, you'll chain 4, 2 triple crochets in the same stitch. In the next one do 3 triples. In the next one do 2 triples, chain 4, and slip stitch. This should take you all the way back to the beginning. And then you will have made all 4 of your petals. So go ahead and do that. and I will meet you at the end here, okay? Okay, so I've come to the end here. I'm going to do my final chain 4. And I'm going to slip stitch into that last stitch there and pull through, and I am finished my poppy. So this center came out a little bit bigger than this one, just because this was a lighter weight yarn. So I know it's really hard to see the black, but you get the main idea of how to create the center. And so now what we do is we just fasten off, and I will just pull through here and just pull it tight, and then you would weave in your end, and there you have it. And you can put a pin through the back here. I've just left a little bit of a space here to put a safety pin, and you can wear it on your jacket, a sweater. And see, because we've kept these clustered close together and we've put 3 triples, it naturally will start to do this cute little curl on the edges there, just like this one. So there you have the crochet poppy flower. Hope you enjoyed doing this, guys. It was a lot of fun to show you. And stay tuned. We've got more crochet fun in store for you. And remember, if you've enjoyed our tutorials or enjoyed some of our stitch session conversations, be sure to click subscribe and check the notification button. Looking forward to seeing you in the next stitch sessions. Take care, everyone.